This week, we are going to talk about subject-verb agreement. So remember, the subject of the sentence is going to be the noun or nouns that the sentence is about, and the verb is what that noun did. So, looking at subject-verb agreement, the subject and the verb have to agree. So, there are going to be some rules, and then we're going to do some examples. So, the rules are already filled in for you, and I'm going to give you an example, and then I want you to do an example on your own, which is why you will notice there are 2 spaces to fill in for each of these, okay? So, the first rule with a singular subject, the rule is that you have to use a singular verb with a singular subject. However, this is important to note, a singular verb is with an S. So you're going to add an S to the end of a verb to make it singular. For example, and the example I'm going to give you is the cat. Now, you would not say the cat sleep because that subject and verb would not agree. Instead, it is the cat sleeps, and you add an S. So the subject of that sentence is cat, and cat is singular. There's only one. So then the verb is sleeps. We add an S to sleep to make it singular. Okay? And then when you're finished with these notes, you're going to go back in and fill in your own example down here. So do a singular subject with a singular verb, which means that you add an S. All right, now the other rule over here is with a plural subject. So when your subject is plural, meaning more than one, you have to have, the rule is, a plural verb, which means that it's going to be without an S. So it's just the basic verb. Okay, so for example, the cats. So more than one cat, which means it is cats, it is plural. Now I would not say the cats sleeps. Instead it is the cats sleep. So it's sleep without an S. So again, just like before, the subject is cats, and it's plural. And then the verb is sleep, and it is without an S. Okay? So again, at the end, you're going to go in and fill in your own example down here of a plural subject and a plural verb. Now down below, we have compound subjects. So when you have more than one subject. If you have a compound subject joined by and, you will always use a plural verb, which is without an S. And I'll give you an example. A box, or wait, no, I'm going to do a cat and dog sleep. Okay, now we have 2 subjects. It's a compound subject. So our first subject is cat, which is singular. Our second subject is dog, which is also singular. However, they are combined using and. So remember, and, cat and dog. So we have to use the plural verb, which is sleep without an S. Now over here, if you have a compound subject with or, either or neither nor, the verb agrees with the closest subject to the verb. Okay, so whatever subject is closest to the verb, that is the one that it has to agree with. For example, the cat and dogs. And that would be sleep. Oh, sorry, I actually meant the cat or dog. So it's going to be either the cat or dog. Dogs sleep. Man. Okay, so our subjects, cat, which is singular, and dogs, which is plural. Now, dogs is the one that is closest to our verb, which means sleep has to agree with dogs. So you would not say dogs sleeps, it's dogs sleep. Okay? However, if we switch these and we said either the dogs or cat, the verb would then need to be sleeps. And let's look at that. So the subjects haven't really changed, we just switched them around. So the subjects, dogs or cat. Now cat is the one closest to the verb, so we have to say cat sleeps. So you not say cat sleep, it is sleeps. Because cat is singular, so we add an S. So again, keep in mind it's going to be the one that is closest to the verb. And you'll fill in your own examples for those two as well. Now for sentences starting with here or there, the rule is that you are going to find the subject and then make the verb agree with it. But you have to find that subject by pretending like it's a question and turning it into a statement. So, rearrange the sentence. Okay? And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So the example is, here are the seats. Okay, now we're going to pretend that that here is a where, and it's a question. So the question would be, where are the seats? We're going to change that into an answer by saying, the seats are here. See how I arranged those, but I kept all of the words? Now it's easy to find the subject. The subject is seats. And are is actually an irregular verb, which we're going to talk about next, but it is the plural form. So it agrees. So again, you're going to write your own example. So start a sentence with here or there, pretend like it's a question, and rearrange it so that you can find the subject and make sure that the verb agrees with it. Okay, now down here, we're going to talk about the verb be, which is actually what that are is coming from. So the verb be is irregular. It doesn't follow that regular pattern of adding an S to make it singular or not adding an S. And depending on the subject, it has some different forms. So if the subject is I, you would not say I be at school. Instead, it becomes am. For example, I am at school. Okay, so I has to be am in order for them to agree. That's in the present tense, meaning it's happening right now. But if we take it to the past tense, meaning it happened in the past, previously, am becomes was with the subject I. So it would be I was at school. Okay, now if the subject is he, she, it, and all other singular nouns, the verb be is. For example, you would not say he be ready to play. It is he is ready to play. And then in the past tense, it becomes was. So you wouldn't say it be a good day. You would say it was a good day. And then last but not least, when we have we, you, they, and then all other plural nouns, be becomes are in the present tense. So you wouldn't say we be on the team, it's we are on the team. And then in the past tense, so say it happened yesterday or before that, it would become were. So the coaches, so that's plural, more than one. The coaches were happy. Okay, so coaches is plural and were is the plural past tense. So don't forget to go back up through and fill in these examples.